Hey, while you were getting down and out with the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats in the world, you could have been getting down to Love is Blind. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the Petty Poet, aka CC, aka Chris, and we are back with another episode of The Recap. And if you didn't know, we are recapping Love is Blind Season 8, Episode 2. So let's go ahead and dive on in. All right, y'all. Welcome back. So if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for coming back to watch my video again. If you're new, welcome to the vibes, the posse vibes, yes. But spoiler alert. So I am going to be talking in depth about the couples of this season, episode by episode. So if you have not started Love is Blind Season 8, I don't want to spoil it for you, so just hit that pause button, go watch it, and come back. So I'm only on episode 2, so anywho, we're going to jump on in. So episode 2, Open Hearts, Open Minds, Can't Lose. I love that they take quotes from the cast, and that was said by Daniel. So we're going to start off with Daniel because they kind of started off with him too. I took notes. So it seems like he's been dating Taylor. I don't really remember Taylor. Sorry, but I don't. So maybe she just kind of gotten really introduced in this episode. She said her dad's name was Daniel. I know I did see Taylor last episode. My bad. She lost her voice. So yeah. So her dad's name is Daniel, and she said he's been battling cancer. He's a great guy and all of that. So I think that was something that bonded them together. I can kind of see them, doing their thing. I don't really see them interacting with other people, so I could see them being a couple if it, gets, kicks off the ground enough. Next, we go into Sarah and Ben. I don't have anything, I don't think, for Sarah and Ben, so I think they're new to this episode. They got introduced. Sarah is more spiritual. She has a gay sister, so that's something big for her. She's less religious and more spiritual. Ben is definitely more religious. He grew up in the church, and he goes to church every Sunday. He said that is something that he would want his spouse, not partner, spouse, to do as well. Sarah says she's open to that, as long as it's finding an inclusive church. And, of course, she made sure that he don't have a problem with her sister. He said he got friends in the LGBTQ community. So they had a cute little conversation. They seemed to click a little bit. They both like steak. I know that's weird, but they both like steak. And both of them said their dads make great steaks. And so they were saying they're interested in trying each other's dad's steaks and then having their dads try their steaks. So I thought that was cute. A little, you find something that you click with people. So quick question to y'all out there. How important is religion? I know it's not something a lot of people want to talk about when it comes to relationships, but it's very important. You need to make sure that your values align. So, I don't see a huge spark there with her being more spiritual and him being more religious, but there could be some conflicts. So, it's something to talk out and work out, but I'm sure they'll do fine. So then the episode kind of goes into my favorite, the throuple, love triangle. Not a throuple, they're not all together, but the love triangle between Lauren, Dave, and Molly. So they only touched on this briefly this episode, which I was a little sad about, but I get it because they needed time to evolve other storylines and clearly introduce other people. So, and I still think we got some people we ain't met yet, but I'm excited for episode 3. Anywho, so starting off with Lauren. So, I left off with her finding out that Molly is talking to Dave. She's excited about Dave. It really kind of affected her. It really hit her that, there is a good chance that the person she picks may not pick her, and which is heartbreaking to anyone. But, unfortunately, that's the nature of the show. So, she did express that to him. She didn't say she knew who the girl was, but she did say that realization came to her. And you could tell it scared her a little bit. But she asked him what was his deepest, darkest secret. And he said, my deepest, darkest secret is I have feelings for you. That was a little surface level for me, because it's like, that's your deepest, darkest secret, bruh? Really? We're peeling back layers. So this is the thing. This is the shit with Dave that be kind of frustrating me and has me teetering, because you're here to open up, but you can only be open with someone you feel comfortable with opening up to. And so Lauren's kind of in a place where she's wondering if Molly is kind of flaunting Dave on purpose. But personally, I don't see Molly doing that. I think, she's just excited about her dude, and she don't care now. But I don't think she is trying to flaunt him. She would only really do it. I think she didn't think they had the same guy, and that's why she said it. So I'm interested to see the dynamic between those two when that is revealed. Dave himself, he's honest that he has, another connection, which is a good thing to be, because, in this show, you're really dating several people at once. It's really accelerated dating for real. So it's no secret that other people are dating other people, but when you're building a connection with someone, you're not thinking that, hey, they're building this strong connection with someone else. Because in the real world, that's not something we want. But in this show, it is. So he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't flaunt it. He's really focused on their connection. But, I think she's kind of getting in her head about it a little bit. And, she don't want to hear about, any other dates and stuff like that, which is normal. Because me personally, when I get into dating, I get it. You're out doing your thing. I'm doing my thing, but I'm not sitting here talking about, the guy I was thinking about, hooking up with last night or whatever, or a guy I went on a date with, or, it's just, no, why are we talking about that? Let's focus on us. And I think as long as Lauren begins to, focuses on Dave, she'll be okay. I don't know who he gonna choose though, but I think that's normal. Does anybody want to hear about, other people keeping their option? We know, but it's like, I don't want to hear about you going on dates with other dudes. Like, and it's not that I'm insecure, but it's like, I'm not going to tell you about the dates I went on. If I'm talking to you and we're trying to figure something out and build something, I'm not going to talk to you about other dudes. I'm not doing that. And I'm glad that's not what's happening here. Molly, on the other hand, more fun, outgoing. I do see her and Dave's chemistry. I see it. He says that some of the things that was lacking in his previous relationships was fun, and Molly brings that out of him. So, Lauren, you got some competition, girl. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but you got a little competition. Quiet as it's kept. So, my ring light holder broke, but we're still here. So, continuing on, Madison. Y'all know Madison is my favorite. I love Madison. So, Madison, I feel like the highlight of the show really focused on Madison and her love triangle. So, Madison, let's start with Alex. So, Alex, she made a comment about the, she felt like this date would be the turning point, whether things would stay surface level or things would get deep. And so I think Alex took that as a challenge to really try and engage and get deep, asking questions. She did ask, had he ever cheated? He said no. She thought that was a little rare. She says normally she meets guys that's cheated. And that's a very serious, that's something you have to answer going into your next relationship, because I ain't gonna lie, child, it is what it is. But when he came in, he was like, oh, I'm excited. I'm here for you. I'm excited to see you and all of that. And she was like, well, that's flattering, but is that really the truth? And I feel that it is the truth, because I don't really see Alex interacting with other girls but her. So I really feel like Madison is his number one, Where he places on her list, I'm uncertain. I love how articulate Madison. And Madison reminds me of myself a little bit. Like, she was saying that I don't expect you not to hurt my feelings, but I expect you to tell me if I hurt yours. That's very mature. I think we go into new relationships, and after we've been hurt, and the minute someone hurts our feelings, it's like we want to write them off or say that's a red flag. But unfortunately, that's not realistic. People are going to hurt your feelings. What matters is one, did they intentionally try to hurt your feelings? And then, are they apologetic? What are the actions taken afterwards? It's a whole communication thing. You have to let someone know, hey, I didn't like what you said. It made me feel this way. And give that person the opportunity to respond and make it better, for real. So I like that Madison isn't quick to rush into things. She's not even quick to rushing into making this decision, for real. To be honest, I actually have no idea where Madison is at with these two guys. She's not really kind of saying it in her confessionals. But she says she's not a first date kisser. Alex did ask her about attachment styles. Now, this was something that I wasn't even familiar with, so I'm learning as I'm watching this show. So there are 4 attachment styles. I'm not going to get into all 4 of them, but I will say that Madison has identified as avoidant. So you'll have to kind of look it up to see what it is. But it's like, how are you attached in a relationship with others? So she's avoidant. So what that means is, doesn't mean that she avoids the conflict. It means, I guess it depends on to the degree as well. So if you look at what avoidant attachment style is, it's that person that, I actually tested and I'm avoidant as well. So I'm the person that, the avoidant person is someone, how do I best explain it? It's kind of that I don't need you attitude. It's like, I want you, but I don't need you. If you want to get to acting shady, I don't need you. I don't need you to coddle me. I don't need you to, it's very that strong, independent, but to a toxic degree, it's that hyper independent shit. And that's what Alex is used to. And it kind of scared him a little bit. And he expressed that. He, on the other hand, is the anxious attachment style, which means he kind of needs the validation a little bit, and, so it's like, while he's trying to get the validation that he's enough, she's like, I know I'm enough and I don't need you. I don't need you to tell me I'm enough. You kind of get it. Look it up. You'll see. So I like it. I like them too. I like them too, but I don't really know if I could see them go in the long run. I would like them to, but because he's a really nice guy, but I don't know. Madison is really being like she's, but, she's letting out her personality. She's very, she communicates very well, but I honestly don't know who she's leaning more towards. Whether it's Alex or Mason. So we're going to get into Mason. Me personally, I feel like her and Mason fit a little bit more. Their chemistry is evident on screen. I love that he calls her Mads, which is her nickname. And she was comfortable enough to express that. And like, he has the most fun with her. They have the most fun together, for real. So I see their chemistry a lot. So to be honest, in my opinion, I feel like she's kind of leaning towards Mason. But who knows what could happen in episode 3 that could shift that. Because anything could happen and shift to where you look at a person differently. Now, Mason is also dating Meg. Y'all know I like Meg with the wild curly blonde hair. It cut me off, my bad. So Meg, I haven't really seen her interact with anyone else but Mason, for real. I love her energy. It's really given like Carrie Bradshaw. Like, she's just like, I love it. But Meg has been holding back, and I didn't know that until she said it. She was holding back, and she hasn't let Mason know that he's her number one. and she really, really likes him. You could tell. But, you know, in their conversation, you know, he was like, every time I talk to you, I get confused. And she was like, well, let me keep confusing you. So she took that as that was confirmation for her that she's not number one on his list. So now she's kind of, you know, reconfiguring her energy. I don't know if she's going to maybe try and talk to another guy or maybe just see where his head is at in episode 3. But I'm very interested to see where they go. And they'll maneuver accordingly. Of course, Madison was listening when that was going down. So she was like, oh, girl, that's my man. So I don't know what you're telling about. But, you know, or it just could have been a camera. You know how editing goes. But anywho. So next we got Devin. Y'all know I think Devin is cute. He has his little love triangle with Virginia. I like Virginia. I like him in Virginia. Virginia feels warm. She feels like a humble girl, woman, you know, she's a humble woman. She's warm. I feel like he could have a good, you know, life with her. For real, you know, they would have kids. I feel like they would have a good marriage. She says she never dated a nice guy. And I love that his response was, you deserve one. So even though, you know, he said all that and I saw them, you know, conversing and all of that, I do feel like he's leaning more towards his other option, which is Brittany. Yes, Brittany, if you ain't watched the last episode. But B-Dot, let's get into her. I think he leaning more towards Britt because she feels warm as well, but their chemistry is stronger. I just love their dynamic, the way they talk and flow. And the crazy thing is both of their dad's name is Willie Jr. That's such a crazy coincidence. But yeah, both of their dad's name is Willie Jr. So I can see them maybe working a little bit more than him and Virginia, but I could see it either way. I feel like he would be good either way. That's going to be a hard decision for him. So something has to happen to sway him. It cut me off. I forgot the last thing I was saying. But I'm excited to see their dynamic and see who he chooses because I don't feel like he could go wrong either way. Last but not least, in this episode, we did get our first engagement. Congratulations to Joey and Monica. Now, personally, I don't feel very invested in Joey and Monica because I don't really recall a whole lot of screen time with them. So to me, it felt a little fast that he proposed to her because I'm like, didn't you just meet the bitch? But I mean, of course, that's the nature of the show. But she's very excited about it. I love that, you know, they've been sharing, you know, their history. I really feel like they're the ones that can kind of go the distance as well. They kind of give me, it was a couple, Benaya and, I forgot the girl's name. Benaya and, I forgot her name, I'm sorry, from Love is Blind UK. That's what they kind of give me. What's that girl name? Hold on. Benaya and Nicole from Love is Blind UK. They kind of give me that vibes for real. It's almost like an odd pairing, but it works. So they're both super excited. I see them, you know, at least jumping into the experiment and seeing how it goes. I'm interested to see how things blend with their family, and I'm wishing them the best. So they were the first to get engaged. Congratulations, Joy and Monica. I'm very excited to see where the rest of the season go. I'm excited to go jump into episode 3. This is killing me because I binge, so doing this episode at a time. But it's okay. I'm having fun with this. So I hope y'all have enjoyed my recap of episode 2. And go watch Love is Blind. It's on Netflix. The first 6 episodes are released now. So go check it out. If you're feeling lovey-dovey and all that, like, I love the show. So go check it out. Remember, your day hits different when your vibes are positive. So bye until next time.